we are back for the new season. I mean, it still says end of season, but that's because I haven't advanced yet. We're going to see what driver we are going to pick up for next year. We're also going to have a look at our emails just to see what's going on. So we are going to move on a little bit. Sponsor obligation. Here we are. So here we are. End of season board review. You can see the season objective was to finish 6th. We did better. We finished 4th. Long-term objective is to get 6 podiums in a season, 25% of the season races. We got 3 of them. I think 3 was absolutely phenomenal for that season. So I'd say that's a good job there. Next season, hopefully we can get 6 and get that objective out of the way. You can see here, team rating has gone up. We've gone to established because of how good we did. Best driver position 7th. Could have been 6th, but we missed out by 1 point right at the end, which kind of sucks. Constructors gone up, drivers gone up, heritage has stayed the same. You can see the board confidence is high, team bonus 1.5 million, and team rating I think has also gone up as well. So overall a successful season. Research complete on the suspension. Pit crew performance has gone down. What's going on here? What's going on here, lads? Where's it gone? You guys are having an absolute nightmare. What do I pay you for? Here we are. Here we are. All right, we are ready for the new season. Urgent car 1 vacancy. Yes, we know. Mick Schumacher has officially left the team. So we need to find a new driver to fill the spot. Fernando Alonso has left F1. So let's see about the changes. Who's actually in that Alpine seat now? Frederick Vesti has joined that Alpine seat. Sebastian Buemi? He must be a reserve driver, right? Yeah, he is Red Bull reserve. Is Frederick Vesti reserve? He is. So who's joined that vacant Alpine seat? Maybe they haven't hired someone just yet. All right, but let's see who we are going to hire. We've got the scouting reports of Sun. Pierre Gasly is a free agent. So is Sebastian Vettel. Valtteri Bottas, on the other hand, is in the team. I think we're going to go for Pierre Gasly. This could be a very, very good move if we can bring in Pierre Gasly. We scouted him. So, what's the contract? Oh my gosh. They're not telling me what the... I don't know what to offer him. I don't know what to offer him. Oh, you're killing me. I can't remember what he wanted. I think it was like 7 million was when we first saw it. And race target bonus. Every time you finish in the top 6, mate, we'll give you an extra 150k. How about that? So, 150k. We do have some... We can spend a little bit more because he doesn't have a contract. He is a free agent. So let's offer him this and see what he says. He likes it, he likes it, he likes it. Contract accepted. Perfect. So, Pierre Gasly is our new driver. So we've got a new Haas driver. Welcome to the team. He's in for 4 seasons. So we've got him for quite some time. So no more worries about that. We did think about Valtteri Bottas. We did think about Fernando Alonso. We did think about Sebastian Vettel. But we went for a driver for the future. 26-year-old Pierre Gasly. He's a present and a future driver. He's got plenty of time left in F1. So I think that's a great, great signing for Haas. And now we can get ready to begin the new season. Welcome to the new season. It's time to review this year's regulations, manage this season's engine, and negotiate new obligations with your sponsors. So, sponsor obligations. Main fund, 85 million? Are we getting all this money? Sponsor obligations, 10 mil. 95 million. Are you sure? Are you sure? I'm excited. I like the sounds of this. So, your team must create merch, guys. Feature for your sponsors, featuring your sponsors. I don't know how much we're going to sell. Oh, income per race goes up the more you do at the start. Okay. Understood. Let's do 3,000. Let's do 3,000. We lose quite a bit of income at the start. Number of race weekends. Alright, that's good. Sure. We'll keep everything else pretty much the same. Income per race will be 3.6 mil, which would be pretty nice. But we sacrifice some more money at the start of the season. Long-term objective is still there. Season objective is 6 or above. It's still 6 or above. Alright, we'll take it. I thought they were going to be wanting at least top 5 after last season. The research for this year, we didn't research enough for the medium speed and the high speed. Same in that one. So we might actually be going backwards this year. That might not be as good as last season. But we did get quite a hefty sum for finishing P4 in the championship. No regulation changes to the sporting sides of things. And now this is where it gets interesting. Hello, we can switch engine supplier if we want to. Let's have a look. So, do we want to join the Red Bulls? I don't know. Do we stick with Ferrari? It is Haas's engine supplier, but we can change it if we want. We can switch it up. So let's have a look. We're not going to go Renault. That's for sure. It's going to be probably Mercedes or Ferrari. Do we stick with Ferrari? I mean, you got the power. You can see Red Bull has the best power. I think we're going to stick with Ferrari. I think it's only right. Maybe in the future we might change it, but we're going to stick with Ferrari for this year. And you can see we're ready for the new season. Pierre Gasly and Kevin Magnussen are the 2 drivers for Haas. I'm actually excited about this. Oh, and they are saying 4th or above, actually, for the season objective. Yeah, so 4th or above. It's not 6th or above. They want top 4. So, as expected, I was quite surprised when it said 6th. I'm like, come on, now you want us to stay up there. So, they want us to still finish in the top 4. Let's see what they're talking about with our car. All right, here we go. Hold on. Here's the roster for 2023. Ferrari, Leclerc, Sainz, and then Giovinazzi as the reserve driver. Verstappen and Perez, as you would expect. Hamilton and Russell still, as you would expect. Gasly and Magnussen with Jack Doohan as the reserve driver. You've got Bottas and Vettel at Alfa Romeo. Vettel's gone up a rating to 83. Alonso and Ocon still at Alpine, so Alonso did eventually re-sign. Ricciardo and Norris at McLaren. Albon and Guan Yu Zhou at AlphaTauri. So Zhou has gone to AlphaTauri, and Albon has gone back to AlphaTauri as well. So who's in Williams? That's going to be an interesting one. Lance Stroll has gone back to Williams, and Mick Schumacher, our driver from last season, has gone to Williams as well. And then in Aston Martin, you got Tsunoda and Nicholas Latifi. So I don't think Aston Martin's going to have a great year this year. I'm surprised Nico Hülkenberg isn't promoted ahead of Latifi. But that's where Mick Schumacher's gone. He's gone down to Williams, so he's gone to the back of the grid. All right, let's see. So if he accepts this, which it looks like he's going to, yeah. So we've also hired the other Aston Martin race engineer. So now we've got two new race engineers for this season, which were better than our ones last year. And I think our staff has improved a lot. So they're all in the 80s now, which is very important. We've got both drivers who are both in the 80s, and we've got Jack Doohan as the reserve driver. I'm actually really excited about this lineup. I reckon we could have a great, great season. But we have to remember, it's all down to the car. If the car's not up to speed, then we won't be able to do anything. All right, so we've started 3 new projects. We've done a chassis, an underfloor, and a rear wing. These 3 will all obviously come in before Bahrain. I think what I'm more interested in is where is our car going to rank in the pre-season testing. So we've got to get to the pre-season testing, and then we can see where we're ranked. We do have the scouting coming in for, I think it's the McLaren engineers. Yeah, it is, but we're not going to get them. We've already got our race engineers. I want to see where we're going to come out in pre-season testing. Pre-season testing results are in. The more testing results are in. This time, we do have the upgrades on the car. So, it'll be interesting. A bit more interested to see where we are. 9th, 5th, 7th. First on the high-speed corners. So, we have focused on the high-speed corners, and we're first on it. Which is very, very impressive indeed. I think this is going to be a better season than last year. And last year was a phenomenal season. So, it's going to be really interesting to see how well we do in this first race of the season as more development points are coming in. That's what we like to see. That is what we like to see. It's a bit of a mystery to know where we are at this point in the season. I mean, in pre-season it showed we were fast around the high-speed corners. Bahrain isn't too heavy on the high-speed corners. So I'm not sure how this first race is going to go. I'm going to assume we're going to be in the middle or the front of the middle pack. So we should be expecting Q3. And I think the most exciting part about this is we have two drivers that are very, very good. And Kevin Magnussen might not be our lead driver this year. So we've got Pierre Gasly, who's going to challenge him. And we're going to have two drivers that can actually fight for points on a consistent basis. Whereas last year, Mick Schumacher was just way, way off it. So that's the main part. Well, that's the main reason why I'm looking forward to this season. Oh, not Gasly. Magnussen, we sent out the wrong one. We sent out the wrong one. All right, Gasly's going to go out for a second run anyway. They're both on used tyres. But Magnussen did get out. So Magnussen will be able to get his second lap in to show his actual pace. As Gasly's right in the back of Tsunoda. He does improve. He goes ahead of Max Verstappen, who jumps way back in front after that. But Magnussen is not improving as of right now. But I think it was Sector 2 where he got held up. So you can see there, he is improving. As the dogs in my background going absolutely mental. I didn't see where Magnussen finished, but he got P9. So he's safely through. Pierre Gasly at P7. We're about 6/10 off the pace from Max Verstappen. I'm not sure if he went out on used tyres or not, but we are there. We are in the battle. Valtteri Bottas is up there for Alfa Romeo. Same with Vettel. So Alfa Romeo look like they have a quick car as well. But we're there with Mercedes. We split the Mercedes. We're there with the Mercedes. This is going to be a great season. I got a good feeling. I think we should probably send him out on a new set because it looks like a bunch of people might have got held up. Magnussen, on the other hand, definitely on a new set. He got held up on his lap. We're going to send out Gasly on a used set. I reckon he can get through on a used set. So we're going to send him out on a used. And we're also going to send Kevin Magnussen out as well. We're going to send Magnussen out early, get his lap in. We're also going to send Gasly out as well. So it's going to be interesting to see, can both drivers get into Q3 for the first race of the season? Gasly looks like he's outperforming Kevin Magnussen, but Magnussen got held up on his lap. There's not much you can do there, and he is pretty close to Guan Yu Zhou, but he should improve comfortably as Magnussen is rounding the second to last corner, not the last corner just yet. He's got a whole nother straight, and then he'll be rounding the final corner. So Magnussen coming round the final corner. Oh no, we were running on board with Gasly, but Magnussen does improve up to P7. Gasly improves again. So Gasly getting the better of Magnussen in Q2, but is that going to be enough for both drivers into Q3? Vettel, P8. I think it's just about going to be enough for Kevin Magnussen. I doubt Norris is going to improve enough, neither Ocon. So both drivers into Q3. It's a great feeling to see both of them up there really battling. We'll let him off a little bit for that. But he's got new tyres on. Both drivers now with new tyres on to try and see who is the quickest in qualifying. And whether we can get into the top 8 with both drivers, I think would be a phenomenal result. So we're starting our flying laps now, as is everybody. Verstappen and Hamilton held up on their first laps, as did Pierre Gasly, I believe, and Sebastian Vettel. Magnussen was on a used set of tyres, but Valtteri Bottas is 2/10 off of pole position. Maybe we should have signed Bottas. He looks absolutely lightning quick today as Vettel now crosses the line. Where is he going to put that Alfa Romeo? He stays in P7. So good news for Kevin Magnussen. He'll be starting at least in the top 9. Charles Leclerc cements his place in P1, or does he? Max Verstappen crosses the line. He goes into P1. There he is. Valtteri Bottas. Does he have anything to say about it? No, he doesn't. He does improve a little bit though, but not enough. So the battle for pole is pretty much done. We're fighting to get ahead of the Mercedes. Carlos Sainz, he stays P5. Pierre Gasly, where can he put his Haas car? He puts it in P6. Kevin Magnussen stays P8 or drops down to P9 now because of Lewis Hamilton, who goes up to P6. So George Russell a little bit off the pace. We've got P7 and P9. Less than 2/10 between our drivers, which is good to see. I think that's a pretty good result for the first start of the season. I'm just still shocked that Valtteri Bottas is putting in those sorts of times and out-qualifying Sebastian Vettel by 0.6 of a second. We'll switch it up. We'll go softs, hard softs for Kevin Magnussen. I'm not sure. Does he have 2 sets of softs though? I don't know if he's had... I know Pierre Gasly has 2 sets of decent softs. Kevin Magnussen does as well, to be fair. So, yeah, we can do that strategy for K-Mag. So we're going to do softs, hards, softs for Kevin Magnussen. So we'll go a little bit different. We'll have him pit a little bit earlier. So we're going to have him go full aggression off the line. And we'll see if we can get Pierre Gasly up a couple places as well. So let's get into this first race of the season in Bahrain. It feels great to be in 2023 for the new season. In P7 and P9 with both our drivers right behind each other. Can we get a good start off the line? Looks like a pretty slow start, actually, from Pierre Gasly. So not the best he's ever had. But he could still battle that Mercedes down into turn 1, as he's actually lost the place already because of that poor start. Magnussen behind, trying to gain a couple of places as well. He's got Vettel behind. If we can try and gain a place, that'll be very handy indeed. Magnussen thinking about a move on Pierre Gasly. If you're going to do it, keep it clean, mate. But Magnussen not used to being behind his teammate. It's a rare thing. Mick Schumacher couldn't do it last year, but now we've got Pierre Gasly in. So we've got both drivers that will be able to fight for points on a consistent basis, which is a good feeling. Definitely. We waited a while to get that switch. We didn't want to do it too crazy on in the first season, but Pierre Gasly goes down the inside of the Mercedes and he gets that move done. He gets that move back after a poor start. He gets past George Russell, and I'll tell you what, Kevin Magnussen thinks about doing the same thing down into the final corner as he goes down the inside of George Russell. Can he make it stick? I think he just about does. Kevin Magnussen up into P8. So great start. And I tell you what, Gasly is thinking of a move on Lewis Hamilton. Do we have a better race car than Mercedes here? What a start this is for Haas, as now Pierre Gasly wants to move on Lewis Hamilton, but he's going to settle down for now. So we're going to tell both drivers, just settle down, take it a little easy. But it's been a great start to this Grand Prix. George Russell, he doesn't look that fast in that Mercedes, does he? He was quite a bit off the pace from Lewis Hamilton, and now he's dropping down the order. Both our drivers chilling in P7 and P8, and just picking up DRS from the drivers up ahead. We are low on ERS, so we've got to save a bit. But Gasly gets past Lewis Hamilton, and now he's got Valtteri Bottas in his sights, who goes past both the Ferrari and the Red Bull. And oh my goodness, we were almost in the back. I think there might have been contact with Lewis Hamilton. It's going a bit crazy at the start of this Grand Prix. Bottas gets ahead of both the Ferrari and the Red Bull, and it's good to see a big battle indeed, as Perez now looking for a move on the Alfa Romeo, but he can't get it done. This is going to be a battle right to the very end. We could be battling for the podium here, because we got Bottas, Sainz, Perez. Bottas does look like he has crazy speed in that Alpha. They've managed to hold out those softs a little bit better than us. So Schumacher locking up, no surprise. We could have told you that would have happened just based off last season. But we are going to switch onto hards for Magnussen. We're losing track of the cars up ahead. Pierre Gasly, we needed him to hold onto those softs a little bit longer. I guess we told him to go a bit too aggressive, but he's entered his pit stop window, so we are going to pit him now. He is losing a lot of time on those soft tyres, so it is important that we pit him. Magnussen coming out of the pits, we are going to tell him to push a little bit on those hard tyres and get a good stint in. I mean, the worst case scenario is we go mediums for Pierre Gasly, which could be another option. Magnussen's got loads of clear air. Hopefully Gasly's going to have the same thing as he comes out the pits behind Kevin Magnussen, and Magnussen comes out behind Lewis Hamilton, but he's going to get DRS down this straight. Is he going to go for a move on Lewis Hamilton, or is he going to wait a little bit longer? He's not close enough just yet. Gasly has got a bunch of free air now, and we will swap the drivers around if he closes up on the back of Magnussen, but Magnussen gets past Lewis Hamilton to try and prevent that from happening. So K-Mag really going for it here, but it's Gasly that's locked up. Yeah, I would be swearing too, mate. You're having a great race. He's locked up, so our new driver has done exactly what our old driver used to do. He's got back on the track pretty quickly, though. Just don't lose a position to Yuki Tsunoda. But that's a little frustrating. Magnussen all over the back of Lewis Hamilton. Yeah, you got to pick up the pace a bit, Pierre Gasly. So because of that, he's lost out of position to George Russell as well, but it's not too awful. He's not stuck in a train or anything. He's got a bit of free air, so he can push a little bit and try and close that gap down to the cars in front, as Vettel now comes into the pits and gets out ahead of him. So that is a little bit frustrating, but Magnussen is up into P5, battling with the Ferrari and the Mercedes of Lewis Hamilton. With 34 laps in, and we've got Valtteri Bottas fighting for the lead in that Alfa Romeo. They must have done something incredible. He's actually in the lead. He's flip-flopping with Max Verstappen. So Bottas is fighting for a race win here in that Alfa Romeo. We've got Gasly fighting for P8 with Sebastian Vettel. So can we see Bottas as the world champion in an Alfa Romeo at the end of this season? This is absolutely crazy. But we are 20 laps to go. We're going to be thinking about a pit stop very soon. Pit window has opened for Pierre Gasly as he thinks about a move on Sebastian Vettel. Carlos Sainz is into the pits. So we do have to relax with Gasly. I'm not sure he's going to get to the end of the Grand Prix on the soft tyres. I think we pit him onto a new set of mediums. I think that's going to be the move that we do. If we can get past Vettel now, it'll be perfect. If not, that's a little bit frustrating. But we are going to pit him onto another set of mediums. He's not going to get to the end on the softs. So we're changing the strategy. We're going to go softs, mediums, mediums. Magnussen, on the other hand, he wants to go into softs. I think he's going to have to go into the mediums as well, you know. I think the mediums is going to be the better option. So we'll wait a lap and then we'll do that for Magnussen. So let's see. So let's go, go, go. Gasly is about to come into the pits as he got ahead of Vettel. It actually created a bit of a gap before he came into the pits. He's coming onto the medium tyres. I'm going to do the same thing next lap with Kevin Magnussen. Chuck him on to the mediums just so we can tell him to push, basically. And they can just do what they need to do. So, Magnussen on his in-lap now behind Sergio Perez. Hopefully he can get the overtake done. And then he can come into the pits. Oh, he's going to go for the overtake on Lewis Hamilton, is he? No, he's not. So he couldn't get the overtake done on his in-lap. But I'll tell you what, we've got Gasly pushing in case other cars pit and we can get the undercut done for Pierre Gasly. Is Magnussen going to go for a move on Lewis Hamilton up ahead? No, he isn't, but he is going to peel into the pits. What about the cars up ahead? Are they going to come in as well? No. K-Mag comes in. The cars up ahead stay out. So, Gasly is coming around the final few quarters. Vettel and Russell stay out for now. Let's see everybody else's tyres. So, Vettel and Russell, they're pretty low. Bottas comes out with a new set of softs. So does Sainz. So, they probably will make the end of the Grand Prix. But we didn't want to risk it. We wanted to be able to push on these tyres. Sainz up ahead on the softs. They're going to go off towards the end of the Grand Prix. But we wanted to put on a set of tyres where we could actually push it all the way to the end of the Grand Prix without having to worry too much. But Vettel comes into the pits. You can see, look at that gap that he's got to Pierre Gasly. He's got a 4-second gap just from battling that extra lap with George Russell. So Gasly has done a masterclass by doing that undercut. And now we've got Kevin Magnussen all over the back of Carlos Sainz. I reckon he's going to get the move done down this next straight. So come on, let's see what you got. Carlos Sainz is going through his tyres just a little bit, trying to keep the Haas driver behind. But I'm sure Magnussen's going to make this move look a little bit easy. No, he's not. Even with DRS, he can't get the move done. Out of the pits comes Sergio Perez, and he comes out ahead of Carlos Sainz onto the soft tyres. Stay with Lewis Hamilton, but now Magnussen gets the move done on the Ferrari. Has he made it stick? This is an important move. He's got it done. He's up in a P7. Come on. No, 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 no. Kevin Magnussen, what have you done? What have you done, K-Mag? Oh, he's got off the track. Ah, he was right in the battle. He was right in the battle. We're going to have to tell him to push to try and close up now. Gasly behind is now closing in on Kevin Magnussen. The Magnussen, he's trying to close it down, but it's been about 2.5 seconds this whole time. It's because of the DRS. The DRS is just keeping him away, and they're not battling enough for him to close that gap down. We've got 6 laps, but that mistake has really, really cost him the chance of P4 in this race. It's looking more and more likely like it's going to be a P7 and P8. We're telling both drivers to push like crazy. Maybe later on, it's going to work to our favour. Carlos Sainz is down to 26% on those softs. Surely they're going to run out. Surely he's gonna be in deep trouble come the final laps. We could still get that P6, I reckon. Look at that. Now the gap's closing down. His tyres have really gone off. Sergio Perez, what about his tyres? His tyres are alright. He could get to the end of the Grand Prix. But Carlos Sainz is likely going to lose out 2 positions to both Magnussen and Pierre Gasly. Magnussen going for the move now at the end of turn 1. He's got the move done on Carlos Sainz. See you later. Gasly is now coming up on Carlos Sainz. He's going to be all over the back of him, and he's going to probably get the move done as well. Carlos Sainz really struggling on those tyres. Pierre Gasly down this main straight. Carlos Sainz is very slow up ahead. These tyres, they're just dead. They're dead. They're down to 18%. What were they thinking when they put them on the car? As Pierre Gasly goes down the inside of Carlos Sainz. See you later. P6 and P7. This is going to be a big result. Magnussen's still pushing to potentially get on the back of Hamilton and Perez, who are battling between themselves right now. He's got a couple of laps to try and do it. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get close enough. He's got one more lap. I don't think he's going to get close enough. They're not battling hard enough, and their tyres are just hanging on. Bottas's tyres, though, have really fallen off the cliff as well as he's fighting with Max Verstappen. Both their tyres are falling off the cliff. Everybody's tyres is falling off the cliff towards the end of the Grand Prix. If there was another 5 laps, we would be on the podium. But unfortunately, there is not. Perez and Hamilton really going at it as Hamilton breezes back past. Magnussen still trying his utmost to join in on the battle up ahead. But he can't get within touching range as Magnussen is closing on in. But there's not going to be enough laps to do it, I don't think. Magnussen getting on the back of Perez. He's now within DRS range, but he's not close enough. Bottas has ran wide, but he's still on the track, so he's all right. Hamilton and Perez are closing down into that battle up ahead. Their tyres have really got off towards the end of the Grand Prix. Hold on a second. Can Magnussen steal a couple more points from Perez up ahead? Maybe even Lewis Hamilton as well. We're going to chuck an overtake. Push, K-Mag, push, go for it. You could get this move done still. They're going to be slow through the corners. Perez goes for the move on Lewis Hamilton. Can Kevin Magnussen get the move done himself? Is he going to go for a move on Lewis Hamilton around the outside here? He's going to have more grip. He's going to think about it around the outside. Switch it to the inside. Come on, K-Mag, get the grip out the corner. You could do it. You could do it, Kevin. Come on. He's going to go for the overtake. He's going for it on Lewis Hamilton. Go around the outside. He's got the move done. Can he do it on the Red Bull as well? Surely not. Surely not. He's got it on Lewis Hamilton. Or has he? Hamilton's got back through. Oh, Hamilton's got back through. I don't believe it. One more lap. We get the move done on both drivers. But it's going to be P6 for Kevin Magnussen and P7 for Pierre Gasly. Without the mistake, Magnussen might have been on the podium because all their tyres went off at the end of the Grand Prix. Look at that, 18%, 90%, 24, 26. I think Magnussen could have been on the podium if he didn't lock up and make that mistake. But it is P6 and P7, which is a good haul of points for Haas at the start of this season. But that is that was devastating. All we needed was one more lap, 2 more laps, and he was on the podium. Or if he didn't make that mistake. But that's a good start to the season. And it shows that we're in that battle. We can be in that battle. So are Alfa Romeo, to be fair. As they got a double points finish as well with one of their drivers on the podium. But on the constructors, we got 14 points. Mercedes with 12. Alfa Romeo 19. 28 for Red Bull. 29 for Ferrari. We could be fighting for podiums this season. We were not far off the pace at all. Both drivers getting good points. And both drivers... They're both solid drivers that are going to be consistently competing, which is good news indeed. If you are excited for this new season, make sure you leave a like on this episode. Make sure you comment where you think we're going to finish in the Constructors' Championship. Who do you think is going to do better, Kevin Magnussen or Pierre Gasly? And you know what? Predict how many points you think we're going to get this year. We got 201 points last season when we finished P4 in the Constructors. How many points do you think we're going to get at the end of this season? If you are enjoying the series, please make sure you subscribe as well, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.